All right, Andrew, I'm just going to go ahead and let you share your screen, okay?
Perfect. Are we ready to go? Hello, my name is Andrew Taskey, Director of Undergraduate Recruiting at Coker University, located in Hartsville, South Carolina. Thank you for joining us as I walk through the information for Coker, application process, as well as the benefits of being a Coker student. So if at any point you have questions, please feel free to send those in and we'll go ahead and get started. We'll start with our admissions counselors. We have 5 counselors at Coker. Myself, I work with local students from Chesterfield, Darlington, and Florence counties. And then we have Destiny Gauze, who works with all performing and visual arts students, as well as the upstate. Kylie Brand works with all out-of-state students, so North Carolina all the way to California, Hawaii. And then Mahogany Giles actually works with all international and transfer students. And then Mary Grantham works with the remaining counties in South Carolina. So really the lower half of the state from Columbia on down. So like I said, we have 5 counselors, and if you are to apply to Coker, these will be the faces that you're working with throughout the process. Just a couple facts about Coker. We are located in Hartsville, South Carolina. Like I said, about an hour and a half from Columbia, 2 hours from Myrtle Beach, 2 hours from Charleston. So we're in the central location with a lot of great cities around us. We have about 1,200 students at Coker, with 59% of those being female and 41% being male. We are well represented for a smaller institution with 27 states and 21 international countries. 39% of our students are first generation students. And faculty and staff at Coker do a great job of taking that on and really giving those students the opportunity and the support they need that really act as strong mentors for those first generation students. Obviously a smaller institution, so we have a great faculty to student ratio, 11-to-1. Average class size is about 12 to 14 as well. So small classes, hands-on approach when it comes to the professor to students. And we have over 30 majors and concentrations. So business is our largest major by far, but then we're also known for our visual and performing arts, as well as our School of Education. So if you have any questions about the majors, you can go to our website, coker.edu, and there'll be the whole list of majors as well as the concentrations on the website. We are Division II when it comes to athletics. We're a member of the SAC, the South Atlantic Conference, and we have 21 athletic teams. So obviously being Division II, we are able to offer athletic scholarships. If you are being recruited by one of our coaches, continue to communicate with them. And then kind of when you go to apply to Coker, you'll start to work with admissions. And we really do take pride in that teamwork, that you have those conversations with the athletic coaches, but then you also work with the admissions counselors throughout that application process. I won't read off the national awards, but these are just some of the awards that Coker has been acknowledged for over the years. The admissions process. So like I talked about, if you are interested in applying to Coker, you can go to our website, coker.edu/apply. And once you go ahead in there, it's a very straightforward admissions process. It should take about 10 to 15 minutes to complete the application. Once you complete it, you send it to us and we'll be in contact with you right away, making you aware that one, we received your application, as well as what you need to get going to submit your documents to be accepted to COCR. We kind of have two admissions processes right now with COVID. We have the standard admissions process that includes high school transcripts and ACT or SAT, but we also are well aware that students have had the struggling times with COVID and being able to test. So if you have not been able to test, all you need to do is go ahead and submit additional documentation, make your admissions counselor aware that you have not been able to test, and then we'll let you know what additional documents you need to send into COCR. We do super score the ACT and SAT. So if you were able to test and say you're able to test later this fall or in the spring, basically what that means is we'll take additional scores. We'll take all the scores that you have submitted and we'll look at the best score from each section and then go from there. Sometimes when super scoring, it can really increase your overall score by a point or two. And honestly, that can make a huge difference when it comes to that academic merit scholarship. So if you've taken multiple ACT or SATs or going to take multiple ACT or SAT, I highly encourage you to send those into your admissions counselor, because like I said, that may help you in the long run when it comes to academic merit. And then, like I said before, speak with your admissions counselor if you have not been able to take the ACT or SAT, and they'll walk you through what that test optional admissions process is. Once you applied, submit in those documents like I talked about, and once we have all required documents, we will be able to have an admissions decision for you within 2 weeks. Not only do we make you aware of that decision via email and usually a phone call, but we also send out a letter in the mail as well. So you get multiple different fronts of communication when it comes to that admissions process. Students that are accepted to COCR can receive anywhere from a $7,500 to $15,000 academic scholarship. That is per year for 4 years. We are a private institution, but we do take pride in the many scholarships that we present and offer to our students. So depending on what your GPA test scores are, it varies on what that academic merit is. Obviously, the higher the GPA, the higher the test scores, the higher that academic merit scholarship is going to be. And I'll kind of dive into additional scholarships and funds on the next slide. Really, once accepted, connect with your admissions counselor. I know I keep saying that, but your admissions counselor is going to be your best friend. They're going to be able to provide you with the blueprint of the steps in order to take to get to the, onto campus in the fall. So if you're confused, if you've never done this before, reach out to your admissions counselor. They will be your best friend. They'll be able to answer all the questions that you have. Once accepted, so obviously we hope that you apply, we hope that you get accepted, and once accepted, like I mentioned on the previous slide, you will get your academic merit. We will make you aware of that merit amount right away, okay? Once you receive your acceptance letter and your merit, we then highly encourage you to complete the FAFSA, and honestly do that as soon as possible. So starting in October, you can complete that FAFSA, which is next week already. So as soon as October opens up, you can complete the FAFSA. Make sure that you put COCR on there. Make sure that you put other institutions on there as well. If you're looking at multiple institutions, put those schools on there and press submit. If you do not put a school on that FAFSA, we will not receive that FAFSA. And the reason why that matters so much is the additional scholarships, grants, funds down the road will have to receive that FAFSA in order to honor those in the future. So complete the FAFSA, put COCR on there, press send, and then we'll go from there. We do take pride. We offer nearly $14 million in scholarships every single year to our students. So like I said, yes, we are private, but we do offer quite a bit of scholarships and opportunities to help finances for the families. Once the FAFSA has been complete, it's been sent to COCR, we will then work on putting together financial aid package. And that's when, again, reaching out to your admissions counselor and having that conversation with us. We will send the financial aid package to you and your parents, and then we encourage you to schedule a time with your admissions counselor to set up a call to go through any questions, concerns that you have. We are very hands-on. We care about you as a student, and we want you to have those conversations with us. What questions do you have? Are you looking for additional funding? Do you have questions about loans? Whatever it is, please make your admissions counselor aware so we can help you throughout that process, okay? And then once we kind of get through all that, then we get to the point of submitting your final required documents. So obviously financial aid happens late fall into spring. And once you have your package and you know you want to attend COCR, then you can go ahead and pay that deposit. And that's when we will need your final high school transcripts, dual enrollment transcripts, AP scores, whatever it is. Again, that is if you're attending COCR in the fall, then we will need all those final transcripts, scores, etc. And honestly, that just helps you in the long run. That helps you with, if you've taken dual enrollment or AP scores, that helps you to take one less class when you're at COCR. So please, I encourage you to send that information in so then you can get credit for the work you've already done. Admissions process, like I said, once you get that financial aid package and you decide that you're coming to COCR, you will need to pay a deposit. Residential deposits are $150 and a commuter deposit is $50. You'll see in the picture on the right side of the screen here, this is one of our villages. So it is a residence hall, one of our newer villages, and it is a beautiful facility. 4 individual bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, full kitchen, full living room. So you and your friends can live there, all have your own bedroom, have a nice kitchen and living room, like I said, and you even have a front porch. It's nicer than a lot of apartments, and that's just one of the 8 residence halls that we do have on our campus. Obviously, the sooner you pay the deposit, the better chance you have of living in the residence hall of your choice. Unfortunately, the village is not available for freshmen, but once you complete your freshman year, the opportunities become much larger. So go ahead and submit that deposit as soon as possible, and that will help you get in the residence hall of your choice. Once the deposit's been submitted, you'll be able to set up your new COCR email, which is very exciting, and then complete the housing information, sign up for COCR Connection, kind of different things. And if you look at it, fall is all about submitting your application, submitting your documents for admissions. Spring will start to shift more towards, okay, what do we need to do to get done to be able to set foot on campus in the fall? So don't look at it, don't get overwhelmed, kind of break it down, fall versus spring into summer, and it will be much more manageable and much less stress on you and your family. Getting involved on campus. We really do take pride in offering a lot of opportunities for our students. And I highly encourage students that are going to a Division II, are going to a smaller institution to get involved. And I think that's what really separates you from your classmates or other people, your friends, etc., when it comes time to apply for jobs. And, it just helps you meet people all over the place and helps you get involved even better. So we do have an award-winning Enactus team. Enactus is a student entrepreneurial organization. So basically it focuses on the issue in the local community and around the world. We have about 35 students from all majors. They do not have to be business that are on the Enactus team at COCR, and they identify issues in the community, around campus, around the world, and they create solutions for that. So they've worked on a clean water project. They've worked on helping the kids that do not have food on the weekends. They've worked on feminine hygiene issues. They've worked on recycling, and really the opportunities there are endless. So the Enactus team is a huge opportunity to get involved and really get that hands-on experience. At the end of the year, the Enactus team presents in a national competition. In the last 3 years, they've come in the top 12 in the country out of about 400 schools all across the United States. So that is a very impressive program. We're very proud of the Enactus students. That's the picture that you see in the top right-hand corner. And then we have over 30 student organizations. And I think my favorite thing about COCR is if we do not have the organization that you want to get involved in, that is okay. You can create that club or organization yourself. You just need a handful of people, at least 8 students. You need a president, a vice president, and you can go to CAB, Campus Activities Board, and say, we want this to be a club, we want this to be an organization, and you can create that right there on the spot. And I think that just goes into COCR's tagline of, it's your story. And we truly do believe that you come to COCR and you create your story of what you want your college career to look like. So we have a handful of organizations and clubs that you can get involved in. And like I said, if you cannot, or if you don't see it, you can create one yourself. And then as I mentioned earlier, we are Division II for athletics. You'll see our women's lacrosse team in bottom right. We have lacrosse, soccer, basketball, baseball, softball. We even have field hockey, esports, and acrobatic and tumbling. So we have quite a few sports. Really, the only sport we do not have is football, but we really take pride in the other sports, and they do a great job. One of the many benefits of COCR is our Student Success Center, and you'll see a picture of the reception area at the Student Success Center here on this slide. It is located on the first floor of the library, which is a very convenient location for students. If they're already in the library studying or tutoring, they can walk over to the Student Success Center. We do have 6 student success coaches at COCR, and every single student coming to COCR gets a student success coach as well as an academic advisor. So not only do you have a faculty advisor, but you also have a student success coach. And really the whole entire point of the student success coach is to be there as a support. Just another person to help you through the everyday life. They can help you with tutoring. They can help you with your resume. They can help you with getting job experience. If you have an issue, if you're not sure where to go, you can go to the Student Success Center and they will help you find out where to go, what you need to do, etc. And I think that's really cool that every single student, like I said, not only gets a faculty advisor, but they also get that student success coach. So they really, right when they step foot on campus in the fall, they have 2 different people looking out for them and truly helping them succeed in the classroom as well as in the career life. And that's a great opportunity. The Student Success Center holds events throughout the year, networking 101, interviews, mock interviews, etiquette dinners, leadership opportunities. And the students that take advantage of that continue to meet people, network, and get opportunities down the road. So Student Success Center is a great location on campus, and I highly encourage students to check them out. COCR Connection, I mentioned that earlier, but basically COCR Connection takes place over the summer. And pre-COVID, we obviously had everybody on campus. Since COVID has happened, we went to a virtual COCR Connection this year, but it still gave students the opportunity to see other incoming students. And really, that's the whole entire point of COCR Connection, is to really give students a head start on their academic experience. Not only are they starting to meet different people, but they're also starting to get an idea of what's going on at COCR. They start to get the academic advising experience, they meet future classmates, and they also learn about the campus resources. So CAB, like I talked about, the Campus Activities Board, they learn about the Student Success Center, they learn about clubs and organizations, and then they also learn about the residence halls, and they're able to stay in the residence hall as well. So there are a couple different options. And again, that was pre-COVID. This year it was obviously all online, but we will continue to adapt and pivot accordingly based on what's most safe for our students. But every single student is expected to attend a COCR Connection. And like I said, yes, it's a half a day, it's a day out of your, your summer, but it really helps you jumpstart and make sure that you have all your ducks in the row when it comes to attending COCR in the fall. So again, if you've gone through the admissions process, you applied, you got accepted, you paid your deposit, you're coming to COCR, I highly encourage you to kind of be on the lookout. And again, that will be springtime, March, April, May, you'll start to get more information about that. Access COCR. This is another huge benefit of COCR that we're very proud of. A handful of years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, COCR went to an all Google school, and all Apple school, and we're very proud of that. Every single student that sets foot on campus in the fall gets an Apple iPad. That is part of the tuition and fees. You do not have to pay extra for that. You get an iPad, you get the iPad Apple Pencil, and honestly, it's amazing because it gives those students the opportunity to use in the classroom. Not only use in the classroom, but they can airdrop, a presentation. They can share through Google Drive. They can do different things, as well as take it with them when they are on the road traveling for sports, or if they go home for the weekend. And top 5 ways COCR students benefit from having their iPad is right there. We have seen a huge difference with just the modern technology and the way the professors are teaching. And it's really cool to see the teachers using the iPad, the students using the iPad, and just kind of, again, being up to date with modern technology, which is really cool. Obviously, yeah, we still have, whiteboards and different things like that, but being able to have the iPads really helps the student. I was a student athlete at COCR, and I didn't have an iPad. So when we were traveling, I had to take a personal laptop, or I had to find the office center in the hotel. And these students now do not have to do that because they all have their own iPad. I'm very proud of CACRAO for this, and I think it's a huge opportunity for our current students. Cobras in the capital. This is another great opportunity for our students. We take, and you see the pictures right here, beginning the school year, we take the entire freshman class and we put them in charter buses and we bus them up to Washington, D.C. and they're there for 2 nights, 3 days. They get in. Bottom left-hand picture is the whole entire class eating dinner at Buco di Beppo, in an Italian family serving restaurant. Again, this was pre-COVID, obviously, when life was normal. But this has been a huge success and one of our students' favorite experiences at CACRAO. This started 3 years ago, and like I said, the entire freshman class heads up to Washington, D.C. At CACRAO, we have CU 101, so we have freshman classes to help freshmen get acclimated to CACRAO, get acclimated to college. And what will happen is the DC trip, you're with that CU 101 class, usually about 15 students or so, and you have a track. So you visit historic sites, you do different things in DC, and it really just gives those students that may not have ever left South Carolina or North Carolina the experience. They go to the nation's capital, they see different monuments, they learn about the country's history, they learn how to go on the subway. I mean, they do a bunch of different things, and it really helps the students get out of their comfort zone and really expand and meet new people. At that point in the year, you're a couple weeks into the school year and you might be starting to see the same people in classes. This gives you an opportunity to interact with other people in the freshman class. And again, we've had students come back from this trip and absolutely fall in love with traveling and want to continue to travel. And I think that's the biggest thing, is really sparking that energy, sparking that opportunity to travel and see what's left. We can't wait to see you at CACRAO in the fall. Again, this is your opportunity that we highly encourage you to go ahead and apply to CACRAO. You can do that at cacrao.edu/apply. And if you have any more questions about CACRAO, about the application process, about financial aid, etc., you can send me an email at ataskey@cacrao.edu, and we will be more than happy to answer any questions you have. CACRAO is on campus. They're learning on campus right now. Students are on campus. It's been very successful. The students are doing a great job of wearing their mask and socially distancing. And we also are offering campus tours as well. So you can go ahead and sign up for a campus tour, cacrao.edu/visit. And we offer tours Monday through Friday at 11 and 2. And then there'll be more information about a fall open house coming shortly as well. So we hope that you visit CACRAO. We hope that you apply. And like I said, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to ataskey@cacrao.edu or visit our website at cacrao.edu. Thank you all.